Now, I've seen a couple of bad horror movies in the last couple of years, but this movie called Together from this year actually is probably the worst horror movie from its year. That's what we will break down today on this channel. Why this is actually a very bad horror movie, and ironically, it is marketed on the movie poster as the best horror movie from its year. First and foremost, the movie is very badly explained. Now, I understand the whole concept that you love someone so much that they want to align with the flesh and become one entity, but nevertheless, by the cult does this ritual, and such is very badly explained. And I think it would have been better if we saw what happened to this couple that went missing in real time, what happened to this gay teacher instead of sporadically learning about it afterwards. Secondly, the movie is very slow, and it does take an hour before the movie really does start to have tension and be interesting. And of course, I do understand the need to hold a mystery in the movie, but nonetheless, it does not mean we need to wait so long before we need to know what the movie is all about. Because yes, I do understand it creates a mystery with all these strange things happening after the couple went into the cave, and you do not really know what the reasons are. But nonetheless, that time period before the real reveal is not that entertaining in the movie. Now, another reason why I don't appreciate the movie comes down to the political correctness which is portrayed here. They tried way too hard on the jokes, but it is the sense that they are embedded with the left side of the political aisle, where they just can't say wife anymore. They have to say partner or boyfriend. Suddenly, in this case also, the main female character here suddenly calls her fiance boy partner to the gay teacher in the story, and it just adds to the natural cringe feeling of the movie. This really becomes annoying, and there's no need for this political BS in the movie that never feels like a horror movie. Which naturally leads us on to another point where the movie never feels scary. They try way too hard on jokes, way too hard on the comedy, that then becomes a question where they naturally try on this reason to call this a horror movie. It just wanes at the surface, because if you do not focus on scaring the audience, like this movie never does, and focus on the comedy between the characters, why is there then a need to call it the best horror movie of the year? Really, is not a reason for that. At best, it might be called a horror comedy, but it is never a movie that scares you in a natural way. I'm not that enticed by the role that Dave Franco does here, the brother of the more known James Franco, and while he does a decent role, he really shows his limitations as opposed to his more famous brother, that then again is a better actor. He does act confused, he does act angry and delusioned quite easily, but it is never an act that you remember. While the movie has a problem with a female character once again is portrayed to be better than a male character, it does not impress in any possible way. But I guess this is another reason why this is in fact the worst horror movie from this year, and I will give this one a 5 out of 10.